I really like the draft.
Tahm Kench lines up against a lot of champions well. Lines up against Fiora, both in terms of save whoever gets ulted, but also she has to somehow time riposte against an instant cast W, basically. Once the 3 stacks are up there in a team fight, Adrian can make Sunday's life miserable. So the Tahm Kench coming through as the pick against Thresh, and we are here with, I think, a pretty compelling champ select here on both sides. A lot to consider. It went very slowly. They considered every pick and ban as best they could, but the comps are ready. Flash play. They know there's no summoners, and Adrian's in such a bad spot. The shield's not going to do enough for him. Special still looking for a bit more to do. Stun comes out, doesn't matter. First blood through to Lod. Nicely played, Team Dignitas. Chasers ganks are efficient. Zig gonna pop the ult. He actually flashed away. He's afraid of what Someday could do. Yeah, Someday ults on the Elise, but how much damage will they really get? Oh, the knockback is gonna be enough. Chaser getting the kill credit.
They want
and
both.
Suddenly Zig's in a bad spot. Vital not quite gonna get hit. Finally gets it. The snipe comes through. Prey Seeker gets what he wants, and look at that. Keen maybe didn't need to be there, but hey, it still looks good. Team Dignitas gonna look for a lot of pressure on top lane. Hoping that they can maybe catch off Chase with a flash. The ulti's going to land. A lot of damage available for Ryu. And yes, they get a kill on the board. Phoenix 1 also in time to look at this Drake. Mountains, if it gets later, mean quite a lot.
Avoid that.
It's worth noting this top lane matchup, by the way. It's only plus 16 for Someday. And hey, to be fair, 16 is pretty good for 12 minutes in, but no turret damage, and he's not really denying Zig the farm. So there's just the one-time gold gaining. Special goes with a flash, pulls in Chaser. Adrian now the target of attention, gets hooked in. He will get the shield in time. And here comes the flank, but also here comes Someday. This could be real dangerous, real fast for Phoenix 1. Fiora's in the fight, looks for the damage, doesn't pop ulti yet, doesn't go for that. Here we go. Inori in the front lines, taking all of the health bar down, repels, jumps back to a ward, flashes the wall. Chaser, though, about to be in range of Ryu. They're going to find the rune prison soon for Keen, and that's going to be bad for the Phoenix 1 mid laner. Cleanse not going to mean much. Riposte is in, and the damage just going to be there. Someday takes him out in the brush, and Phoenix 1 still running out of HP. Zig doesn't have much to run off of. Chaser gets the knockup. The chase is in. Adrian to bring him to safety a little bit. Doesn't matter. Under the turret they go. The shot comes through. Lod gets it. Someday will lose his life, though, and that trade actually pretty worthwhile, getting it back in Phoenix 1. I believe overall it's a 2-for-1. Not the worst it could have been.
They're going to go for the dive.
Going to go for the time right now. Ulti pop, plenty of damage available. Tries to hug the bottom wall so he can't give up all the healing, but Chaser just tanking it up for as long as he possibly can. Keen joins the mix as well. Someday flashing to not tank the ulti discharge from Zig. If Zig hits R half second earlier, he gets the trade kill, but it is the 1-for-0 and the retreat for Team Dignitas.
That was about as well as you could possibly play it from Zig. And nice catch there from Ryu.
A crucial assist goes over to Zig as well, meaning 150 gold in the pocket. But look at the bot lane fight. Special very low. Exhaust sent on to Lod. Arrow wants the snipe. Can't get Special, but the stun comes through. But Lod is very damage-wise. They push him back in. Special running out of health. Summoner heal is there. And look how long it takes to kill him off. Lod chasing in. Wants to make it happen. Almost has the stun is Adrian. And he's trying to win the duel. It's close. But it's Lod who lifesteal tanks it all through. Double kill for the AD carry of Team Dignitas. Hey, 2-for-1 advantage. Dignitas, well played for them. And it's still Ryu trying to be the one member that's winning his matchup, trying to push it through.
Yeah, and while he is up 40 CS, that hasn't really extended. Keen at least is kind of staying around in that, and his team has the turret. He has that assist. Lod very low.
The cocoon is there. One more hit will do it. One more hit after that will do it. Finally, the kill credit comes through, but it is a trade. Again, Dignitas playing as well as they, I think, could have, and make it a 1-for-1, which 3,000 gold difference.
Zig.
Here comes the bot lane. Zig just continually sees the same thing in front of him. Chaser is there, Keen is there, and Someday is there. And Zig just doesn't have a huge health pool to work with. Trying to run under his turret, but guess what? Chaser takes the turret. Keen gets it next. That's the kill. The turret's going to be next up. And is there enough that Phoenix 1 can do on the other side of the map? That looks like no. Arrow going to lose his duel to Lod. Doesn't have the damage. The exhaust for Adrian not in time. And Nori caught on the wrong side of this a little bit. Lod trying to kite it out.
Oh my god.
Finally does go down. And Nori lands a skill shot. But here's the exhaust. And here's the return from Keen. And that's already 2-for-1. Make that a 3-for-1 in a second. Adrian not going to live through that. A double kill. Meanwhile, we had already seen a Nori drop. So yeah, that's actually overall 4-1 with the earlier kill on Zig counted. Ryu alone.
Yeah, and while Lod went down there, he got so much damage out and delayed for so long that allows his teammates to collapse, get the extra kills. Someday, split pushing in the bot lane, takes another turret.
There we go, the push on the Chaser, roots him up, get a bit of damage there. Just gotta turn it around. The arrow quickly gonna be dodged out. Yeah, repel by Inor, but here comes the rundown. Flash over, 3-man flay from Special. And a hook onto Adrian. They're looking for a couple of tanks to kill. Nice poke out of the volley from Lod as well. More onto Someday, half HP there, but look at that. Mid lane priority is in for Team Dignitas, and the Ocean Break to regen the health that was lost. Down it goes. Kind of halfway between two builds right now, but there is, ooh, good smite by Chaser.
It can often be that that's just to get the 40% CDR.
Yeah.
A lot of people will take 10 in runes. If you do decide to go for that, then you can kind of get to 40 that way. But someday, you're looking for the collapse.
Looking for a lot of damage onto him. He's going to get away from what he can, but there's a spit out, and that's the opening. That's the pickoff. But now, here's the attempt at turning it all around. Denori's in a world of hurt right now, repels into the air, jumps into the Baron pit, and tries to buy as much time as he can. Smites Baron for help, and it still isn't enough. So here comes the attempt to kill Baron at Nashor itself. No Someday could make this fight a little bit easier for Phoenix 1. They kite away and run from Zig's teleport, and he cancels to save 2 minutes off the cooldown. But Team Dignitas now going to restart it. It is a 4 versus 4. No Smite on one side, but no Fiora on the other makes it risky.
I actually think this would be a good 4v4, 4p1, and Ryu wants it.
He's trying to get onto lava, can't quite click on the snipe, not going to land from Arrow either. And Xpecial still holding the front side, takes a bit of damage, gets another snipe in, and Ryu nearly got 2 kills with that opening play. Couldn't quite get what he needed though, and it's just going to be a reset. Phoenix 1 hoping for the risk on Baron Nashor. It's TP available, and somebody's going to come on the top side. They're rushing down Baron Nashor. Should it be picked up? A bad smite, but they get it anyway, and Nori claims it. But here's the team fight. Quick riposte from Someday, still on the back side. Here comes the re-engage. Can they make it all happen? Chase the front line. Ryu gets one. Lon is down, and Chaser's in the back as well. Someday picks off Arrow. He's looking for Ryu. The damage output is all there. He's got everything he needs, and Someday will not be taken out. The rest of the team is here. A double for Someday. Zig, the last one to follow, despite the Baron Nashor. A 5-1 fight for Team Dignitas.
Very well played team fight there from Dignitas, and that is going to give them a monumental lead as they can just walk right down mid and probably get an inhibitor.
They can get the inhibitor. I think at least if they risk it, they can look at the Nexus, but that's probably a bit more than they want to do. So +4 in kills is already worth more than the Baron. Looks like at least 2 turrets here. The respawns are coming up. They might back after the turret.
They will, yep.
Yeah, gonna give it enough respect. Now we'll see if they rush Ocean Drake or if they recall first. Spirit Visage now done for Someday, and he is building towards that Bloodthirster. Dueling Scryer Blooms reveal that P1 is trying to take the solo Drake from Nori. Can he outplay the hook? Yes, he can. Xpecial a little risky there. Arrow's gonna go wide, and now Chaser a bit alone, but here comes the rest of Team Dignitas. Courtesy of Keen's ultimate, and Adrian running out of health. Zig just is not going to kill off Lot. There's one picked off. It's a Nori gone, and there could be more. Adrian's next up. Zig's going to be third on the menu. Easy pickups there. 3 quick kills in for Keen, and suddenly it's all looking bad. It's 2 alive versus 5. Yeah, there we go. Double inhib take. Going to feel pretty good on this one. 10 seconds in the respawn for Nori means he'll be up for the Nexus itself, and it should be Team Dignitas backing off of this. They know that there's no minion wave topside right now, but the pings were, hey, that's where we're going next after we reset once more. Chaser taking away more of the jungle, denying more and more farm and experience from Phoenix 1. Well, in the meantime, Phoenix 1 desperately scooping up the golden XP as it floods into their base. Thanks to the dead inhibitors, but it is just Dignitas looking for the death knell, looking for that final push. Someday, the last dregs of his Rift Herald buff lasting through the end of the game. Pushing the waves in, looking for, look at the damage onto Zig. He's at half already.
That's without him using his ultimate.
Yeah.
He could have got a couple more true damage procs there. Didn't want to risk going for it, doesn't want to have a chance of throwing the game, but there's just nothing that Zig can do at this point in the game besides try desperately to clear the waves.
And desperately he's trying. Back under the turret, is going to find himself stunned up. Doesn't get much more for that one, and the red turret's been destroyed. The top lane siege works. Triple inhibitor, absolutely a guarantee. They find Keen, they flash, they look for it, they can't get the kill though. He's able to grab the lantern, Ryu's ulti, of course. Keen was turned around, it meant nothing.
And that's one Nexus turret down as soon as they move to the other side. With the ping pong ensues, Someday just goes right back in, working on that log going forward.
Goodbye to 1, goodbye to 2. Ryu wants in the log, can't quite get him, but they're onto the Nexus turrets. And that's going to be Ryu cleansing, exhausted, gonna go down. Lod gets the kill credit. A kill in the backline thanks to Chaser, dropping Zig in his own fountain, but Someday is going to tank these guys up for a while and then work it down. Someday will run out of HP, and actually it makes it a 3v3 inside the base, but the Nexus turrets are gone. And Nori looking for a chase on Xpecial, picks one off actually. This could be more for Phoenix 1, tries to cut away, but Lod stays alive. Xpecial's low, but Zig gets in. Arrow, that hook Xpecial was super sick, and it means that Lod has all the time in the world. The tree is gonna fall. We're all around to hear it. A triple for Lod, and Dignitas' North American bot lane will close it out in the end. The insurance policy is there, and Team Dignitas find themselves with their first win on the board.
Look at you. Pretty good there was the Dignitas bot lane as Someday was going for some style points, I think. Flashing forward, trying to kill off the Maokai, does go down. Dignitas takes the win in the end, though, and looked really good this whole way through this game. There was really, no question about what their game plan was. They knew what to do. They knew how to execute it, and you can very clearly see why Someday is getting banned out on the Fiora. Dignitas knows well how to play around it.